Hey guys, it's Meg. I'm going to be making an important video today. I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm sick right now, so I'm sorry I'm like not done up or anything. But this video is really important to me, so I was like, I'm home because I'm sick. So why not film while I have the time? So this video is going to be kind of like a Q&A, but strictly about my experiences with ASD and my struggles and any questions that you guys might have or like misconceptions. So I'm going to be clarifying those and answering those. So all the questions that you guys asked me were taken directly from my Twitter. So the first person that asked me was the Good Doctor Squad. I love their account so much. Oh my gosh. And the first thing they asked me was, "Are you in high school?" Yes, I told them on Twitter already that I'm in senior year. And they also said, "Many of us have teens on the spectrum. What would you like the parents to know? And are there things we should be doing or shouldn't be doing? Thanks." So I don't think there's anything that like parents of autistic children are doing wrong necessarily, but I feel like it's important if you don't already know about the pros or cons of autism to educate yourself on what exactly those entail and like what your child struggles with, just so you can get the right services and things that you can educate them and help them with. um Also, I feel like if your child does make a mistake, just know that it's most likely not their intention, but of course you do need to reprimand it and make sure that it's not continued over and over again. um And yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully that makes sense. My mind is kind of foggy today because I'm sick, so I'm sorry. But yeah. So the next question was, what is the stigma you dislike the most about people on the spectrum? I really dislike when people in society that aren't educated about the spectrum try to claim that those on the spectrum are um, not intelligent. I feel like there are many people on the spectrum that are extremely intelligent. In fact, maybe even more intelligent than some people that aren't dealing with this disorder. Not to say that those that don't have it aren't intelligent either, but you know, I feel like people tend to disregard the fact that we still are intelligent people and we just have struggles in specific areas, but doesn't make us lesser of a person. The next question was, how do you not let your autism get in the way of stuff? Okay, so specifically for me, I struggle a ton with my social skills. Like, it sucks. Um, like, I don't know, I'm very shy. I may not come off as shy when I'm, like, for example, performing or something, because it's something I feel very comfortable and at home when I'm doing it. So I don't worry much about it, but I also deal a lot with anxiety. Um, but yeah, I struggle very much with my social skills, so it doesn't help me when I'm trying to like talk to people like that I don't know very well. For example, like if I was to work in a store, like that would be very difficult for me just because I have to interact with people I don't ordinarily talk to that I'm not really comfortable with. So it's like harder for me to have that connection. But I try my best to not think so much about the fact that they're strangers and try to just imagine them as people that I would talk to every day and try my best to communicate in the best ways I can. But overall, it doesn't get in the way too much. I'm just my own person. Like, I feel like it shapes me as an individual, and I love that. So, like, despite my struggles, I'm still, like, the person I am because of it. Like, it's not a bad thing. I really don't believe it's a bad thing at all. I just feel like it shapes us as people, and that's very important and makes us unique. And I feel like that should be embraced more. Haley asks, do you prefer first person language? How often do you get treated like you're different, and what does that feel like? What is a stereotype of people on the spectrum that you wish the general public would erase from their minds? I do prefer first person language because I feel like that's really important when communicating about disabilities such as mine. And how often do I get treated like I'm different? And not really often. I feel like because not many people knew until I started really speaking up about it, so therefore they don't really notice, like, until I pointed out that, like, I'm on the spectrum. Um, but I have, like, experienced those moments where I feel kind of isolated and singled out, and it doesn't make you feel good, but it's like, whatever, these people aren't really worth it, and you just gotta move on, and you'll find the right group of people that will accept you for who you are and what you deal with. And the stereotype I talked about earlier, which was like making us less of a person, I totally hate that. Like, that kind of sums up all the stereotypes that people have about people on the spectrum. But the one I do despise most is just how we are, like, not intelligent, or not as intelligent. That's one that I just like, no.
Oh my god. Mm, I can't.
Next, Alyssa asks, how has having autism affected your life in general, and does it make certain things challenging? I kind of touched base on this a little before when I was stating about my social skills, so that's basically what is the most challenging for me. Um, but having autism and its effect on my life in general, I can say negatives, yeah, when it comes to me not being able to socialize as effectively as I would like to, that kind of stings. But I can also say it has affected my life positively, because I feel very inspired and very grateful to be able to use the platform I have to talk about it, and to hopefully inspire others, not only on the spectrum, but in general, to talk about things that they have kept inside and bring awareness to in the future. And finally, someone asked me what I would recommend to them as they believe they might be on the spectrum. I would definitely recommend getting professional testing to clarify. And in the meantime, you could join specific autism groups. I know there's some on Facebook probably. And even talk to me. You can always reach out to me. I link my social medias down below. So if you ever want to talk and tell me your struggles, I can tell you if I can relate to those or not, and educate you on what I know. I'm not obviously the most educated, but I do know some things. I'm sure my parents probably know a little more because they've been dealing with this for my whole life. But yeah. And essentially, I feel the most important thing is to remember that you're still the same person no matter what, and this makes you unique. And just embrace it. Don't be afraid or ashamed. Um, and yeah. So that's basically it for this video. I really hope this gave you a separate outlook on people with autism, and hopefully it inspired you to talk about whatever you struggle with as well. That's really been my goal for a while, and I really hope that it touches you in some way or another. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!